After Goku Black, Dragon Ball swings around to its big closing event that was mentioned during the Universe 6 tournament arc. The Tournament of Power will begin before the tournament even takes place. We get to see Majin Buu in on the action. Gohan disappoints yet again.
I won.
And everyone views Goku as a universe-ending villain, despite the fact that he saved all of them from Zeno, who is just about to pull the plug on all of creation. We must give credit where credit is due, with Toriyama giving Goku's feats the respect it deserves, with even the gods watching Goku in awe.
Could this really be possible? His power is equal to that of a god!
What an impressive warrior! Did we take him too lightly?
Again, Dragon Ball stakes have grown to where existence-ending feats and stakes keep popping up. We've been put into a hilarious paradigm where Goku is now the supreme villain, and all the universes want to get him. The exhibition tournament gets hyped with Toppo, showing that he may very well be able to go toe-to-toe with Goku, and that there's someone even stronger than him.
While I hate to even speak with you, you must know the truth. There is another warrior from the 11th universe who's even stronger than I am, villain. My sworn ally, Jiren the Grey. If you can only fight me to a draw, you have no hope of defeating him.
Jiren.
Let's address the Super Saiyan elephant in the room, the Universe 6 Saiyans. I actually enjoyed them, I did, and I can accept that the average Universe 6 Saiyan is stronger than the average Universe 7 Saiyan back during Bardock's time. I laughed at and loved female Broly. What I didn't like, however, and this is one of the more heavily criticized parts of all of Dragon Ball, the tingly back. The secret to achieving this legendary transformation that could, with enough growth, challenge the gods themselves. All it required was to get your back all tingly? Really? You couldn't have thought of anything better? Couldn't have made the lack of a tail some sort of requirements, and that's why no one's been able to in Universe 7? Couldn't have it be a surprise that Caulifla already knew the transformation years ago because of something that happened, but had no idea what it was or how to do it again? Anything? Just tingly back?
You see? It's that simple.
Shame on everyone who okayed such a thing. To play with our emotions and continue Dragon Ball's unpredictability, one of the fighters that they set up for many episodes now, Buu, falls asleep, so they have to scramble to bring back, out of all the possible people, Frieza. Who in the hell saw that coming? This caused a lot of back and forth in the community over who would have been the more interesting fighter in the tournament, Buu or Frieza. I don't have an answer myself. Now Frieza, the most evil son of a bitch next to the literal incarnation of evil, will be joining the good guys. Let's pretend that you hopped on a time machine back to, let's say, 2007. Dragon Ball AF rumors were still a thing back then, right? You tell your younger self and all your little friends that Dragon Ball does come back, and in the final arc, they have to rely on Frieza in order to save the universe. The idea sounds almost idiotic. If I heard that, I would think that Dragon Ball Super AF must be terrible. But man, did they make it work. And it works brilliantly. We are even given the bonus of having to wonder if Frieza will plot in some way to stab Universe 7 in the back and make a deal with another universe. The questions and the tension leading up to the tournament was palpable, taking place in a void outside of time or space, with gravity being artificially changed for every individual fighter to mimic their home planets, and the ability to fly being eliminated to those without wings. The nature of the unpredictability that we've come to expect from the show was seething throughout the entire arena. 80 fighters. Around 60 of them we know next to nothing about. We've got infinite energy androids, reverse trope magical girls, Power Rangers, a God of Destruction candidate, the fusion of Beerus and Bugs Bunny with a side of butter, Gatai robots, more Saiyans including Broly with boobs, a bloodthirsty psychopathic tyrant who hates said Saiyans, his lesser doppelganger, a time wizard who cross-classed as a rogue, the Doctor, even more Namekians who gave us the answer to the fanfiction question of what if every Namekian just fused together, tiny and invisible fighters, tricksters, people who can fly on a stage where normal flying is prohibited, slime monsters, sharpshooters, and that is not even all of the surprises, archetypes, and tropes that Super managed to fit in this 80-man free-for-all. And considering they were transported to another realm, this is technically an isekai. We have been told the stakes, but don't really know what it means yet. What abilities do these other fighters have? What type of clashes will we see? Who is going to fight who? Will Frieza betray his own universe? They set up Jiren in the beginning as being someone who might be the final boss, but who the hell knows who it'll be? As his setup for the strongest might have been for someone else to come and upstage him, bringing a scale our heroes must overcome to even greater heights. It's Dragon Ball. Anything can happen. Pretty much everyone got a chance to shine throughout the whole tournament, except Tien, cause fuck him I guess. Krillin got his duo fight with his waifu, and even got to look cool. 18 got multiple eliminations, and even got to do a noble sacrifice for her brother. Piccolo got to use Hell Zone Grenade, and it actually worked. Mystic Gohan managed to shine with his dad. Despite the sheer amount of fun we were having, things got real when the first universe got eliminated.
By the rules laid forth, Universe 9 of the cosmos will be obliterated at once.
Gohan Zeno! No!
Bye-bye!
They did it. They actually wiped out an entire universe.
With nothing more than a closing of a fist, Universe 9 vanishes from existence. Everyone stops and stares dumbfounded. Suddenly, these lovable blue angels take on a much more sinister feel. We heard the consequences for the losers, but the visual punch to the gut really brought it back down to earth for us. Granted, there was no way Toriyama was just going to toss away all these fun new characters, and most of us guessed the outcome, but for those of us who can suspend their disbelief, it was intense. I had expected Goku's showdown with the big bad of the tournament to be saved until the very end, but like true Dragon Ball fashion, they roll out Goku vs Jiren before even the halfway point of the tournament. I had initially thought that Jiren must not be the strongest fighter in the tournament because of how soon they clashed, until they dropped it on us that the rumored mortal, stronger than the God of Destruction, is him, and Jiren is intense. So intense that Goku hits 3 new transformations or levels of power against him, and all 3 ultimately failed on their own. The first one being Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20. It might not be as flashy, but to double the power of Kaioken is still a considerable amount of sudden power increase. That doesn't really matter. Even at Super Saiyan Blue, Jiren bodies Goku like some useless ragdoll. Then, like the absolute unit that he is, after he beats Goku down, forcing him to power up his rule-breaking Spirit Bomb, Jiren tells him he will wait. Finish your strongest attack. This is similar to Cell in the Final Flash, but with important differences. Cell was trying to test his new body. Jiren simply knew that it would not matter what Goku tried to pull. It was nothing compared to his absolute might. He wasn't doing it for his own ego. He just wanted to demoralize everybody. I can easily see why some people didn't like Jiren as an antagonist, but I am not one of those people. But we'll go more into that later. And thus begins one of the most insane things we have seen in the entirety of Dragon Ball. The Spirit Bomb. The most powerful technique, arguably in all of Dragon Ball outside of straight up deletion, and Goku's final ace in the hole, pushed back. At least with Buu, Goku was heavily weakened, and after he went back to full strength, Buu stood no chance. Here, Goku was full strength, but it took nothing more than a D-tier Pokemon move to send it flying back at Goku. This began an intense back and forth pushing contest using a freaking bomb of spiritual energy. And even at full strength, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 was nothing more than a glaive. This led Goku to being caught in his own explosion from his own technique.
Say that you give up! You'll die if you don't say it quick!
No, not yet! I'm still fighting! I'm not quitting!
Maybe it's because I'm a Saiyan too, but when I see somebody who's that strong, my heart starts racing because I realize I still have farther to go. It makes me want to train myself even harder, to push myself to their level. I need more power!
Come now, stop fighting if you know you've reached your limit.
Shut up! I will not let you destroy my world!
Goku! Are you finished? Feel that?
Yeah.
And from that cosmic burst, in this cosmic law-bending space, we witnessed the birth of something different.
Here it comes.
The ring. No, the entire No Realm is being shaken by some sort of influx of power.
Goku endures. What has he done?
Dragon Ball introducing a new form is nothing groundbreaking, but this was nothing like what we've experienced before. Yes, there was a large explosion at the beginning to give us the epic intro, but from that point on, everything felt calm. Goku's initial rage face relaxed, and even his turning stare down, with all its intensity, did not have a look of supreme power, but one of focus and concentration. His hair was normal. This did not look like a typical Saiyan transformation. The aura is different. Even the energy moves in a calming, relaxed fashion. Not even Whis knows what's going on. Then, in one swift move, one beautifully drawn illustration, we are given a taste of what Goku has become. A taste that not even he understands. We are given a feel of the deafening silence, as if even the artists were stopped in their tracks by what they just threw. Then the song begins. It is one of the cheesiest and most cliche sounding tracks I have ever heard coming out of any anime, and it is also one of the best. It engulfs you in its intensity, as Goku now begins to fight the seemingly invincible Jiren. Our blood is pumping. The normally calm Whis is beside himself with excitement. Goku is set to wow us all by eliminating the tournament's seemingly biggest threat.
I'm speechless. I never imagined any mortal could push Jiren this far. What the? How can this be happening?
Goku has become so much stronger now!
Just listen to his blood-curdling roar!
Well, Saiyan, you are a truly fascinating creature. However...
It failed. This new transformation failed. The one that we deemed to be Ultra Instinct. The level that's difficult for even a God of Destruction to attain. And it wasn't enough. It was enough for Jiren to get momentarily serious. So Goku hit 2 levels of newfound strength. And neither of them were enough to do the job. Jiren stands tall, with barely a scratch. And there's less than half an hour left to be able to defeat him. Goku's down, and Hit has stepped in to try and take on this menacing threat. Admit it, we all pissed ourselves a little bit with this scene, wondering if Frieza was going to go full Benedict and take out Goku. There's a few more things that Hit's fight with Jiren solidified for us as the viewers. Jiren is power incarnate. You cannot just outmuscle him. Hit is not someone who wins with muscle. He is someone who wins with skill, essentially overpowered gimmicks. But Jiren does not care. You cannot overpower him. You cannot outskill him. You cannot trick him.
I'm shocked. It seems that Jiren possesses the power to transcend time itself, my lord.
But how can he do that? No way! Astounding! His strength is so great! Not even time can bind him!
What can anyone do? Jiren is simple, yes. In fact, he is the most simplistic out of every antagonist Goku has faced. But there is a certain beauty in that simplicity. One of the things that this arc does differently than all the other ones is that for the first time, I'm not necessarily looking forward to the defeat of the antagonist. All my attention is on Goku and Vegeta. There's no higher moral purpose, no tyrant to defeat, no madman that needs to be stopped. Jiren isn't even a villain. He'd be the main character, savior of the universe if he had his own show. What he is a wall. A wall that our protagonists need to overcome, to push past their limits to defeat. He is power absolute. Before him, even might is powerless. Tricks and deception are meaningless. Strength incarnate is what they now face. Because anime logic, the way for Goku to get a second win is to exert himself, and he does so with the help of the 2 female Saiyans from Universe 6, Kale and Caulifla. Their interactions through and through were fun. We got Goku teaching them as they fight, showing that martial arts still mattered, as in Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla was losing to base form Goku because her actual skill in battle was kind of trash. After it was clear that they could not do anything against him at Super Saiyan God level, they pulled a Goku and broke the rules of the tournament to introduce the fan favorite, Fusion. Kale and Caulifla were no more. Instead, we now have the Saiyan, Kefla, full to the brim with power. She pushes Goku to the same level that the previous Spirit Bomb pushed him, forcing him to once again unlock Ultra Instinct, Omen. With base Goku fighting Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla as a good foreshadowing, Goku did not power up to max. He stopped when he had just enough power to beat Kefla, because this fight was not about power. That's why I love the transformation so much. It's not just a power boost. There still needs to be mastery of it, as showcased to us when Goku's punches lacked any real oomph. There's a lot of interest and mystery generated when Goku is like this. And because this form is not just a power boost, we are constantly given lots of amazing moments, including this instant class Kamehameha that I don't know if the community ever really decided on an official name for. The action is almost entirely non-stop, with the few moments that there is ever any pause really emphasizing the importance and intensity of what's going on. And one of the best moments for this was after the intense showdown with this galactic monstrosity, in which the entirety of the remaining Universe 7 had to team up to defeat. We are given almost 4 minutes of a stare-down between Universe 7 and the last remaining Universe 11. When I was rewatching, I initially skipped this to get to the action, but something felt off. So I went back to the beginning of the episode, and being more aware of what I was feeling, I noticed the ongoing buildup of tension that was taking place inside of me. My mind racing at the possibilities of this 5-on-3 battle royale. How would they fight? Who will fight who? What is going to take place? You could feel the tension radiating from the screen. Say what you want about stalling for time or whatever else, I would not change a thing about the stare down and the explosive way they ended it.
Has to be dramatic.
From here until the end of the series, it's almost like I'm not even given permission to breathe. Vegeta finally gets a shot at Jiren, only to be slapped around. Until he figured out a hole in Jiren's attack, letting us all cheer in excitement. Elsewhere, Gohan and 17 were dealing with Toppo, and Frieza gave us a flurry of the light with Dispo. There's something oddly satisfying about watching Frieza be made a fool of by someone other than a Saiyan, as well as Frieza toying with someone other than a Saiyan. Speaking of Saiyans, Super has not done enough to show us the sheer might of Jiren, has it? No. They had to throw in the bonus of Vegeta landing his most powerful Final Flash, which did nothing more than make Jiren give Vegeta an approving pep talk, followed by this devastating blow. Since recovery can now be measured in milliseconds, Goku goes on the offensive, using tricks we have never seen him use in an attempt to slow Jiren down. If you forgot, even clever ploys fail before Jiren's might. On that note of Jiren's might, we haven't even seen him at full power, and him giving us a taste of his full power scared the Super Saiyan God out of Goku.
That was nuts! What kind of technique was that? You think that was some sort of special attack, mortal? For the almighty Jiren, that is nothing but an ordinary punch.
Things have not been this hopeless since Frieza, and I would say even Frieza's overwhelming presence during Namek might not hold up to what we're witnessing now, but none of that matters.
In all my years, all my fights, I've never taken an attack like that. There's no doubt. You really are incredible, Jiren. But I won't quit. No matter the odds, I won't back down now!
Not for Goku, and not for Vegeta.
Kakarot is right. Any fool can see you've been the strongest, at least so far. But I'll still find a way to knock you out and win this tournament.
They know how strong Jiren is, but despite his unimaginable might, they must find a way.
Here we come, Jiren!
Goku taps into whatever he has left and pulls out the Kaioken once more, and Vegeta, after having made a promise to a member of his own race that has been wiped out for the second time, to fulfill his role as Prince of all Saiyans, he says to hell with your Ultra Instincts, to hell with your gods, he will do what he has always done, find a way to get stronger through his own means.
I'll shatter through my limits, in my own way, on my own terms!
With Super Saiyan Blue, Evolution.
Bring it.
As this 2-on-1 onslaught commences, elsewhere on the battlefield, the intensity increases. Dispo's full speed shows that he might even be faster than Berthoud himself, as he's giving even Golden Frieza more than he can handle. Even if he doesn't have the strongest punch, he could easily cause so much havoc on the field of battle that keeping him going is too much of a risk. Gohan comes to Frieza's aid, and after their initial plan fails, Gohan decides what's best for the team is if he goes down with Dispo himself. This leaves just 2 fighters left for Universe 11, the unstoppable Jiren, and the candidate for the next god of destruction, Toppo. Frieza's evil ways push him over the edge, forcing the hero of justice to abandon all he holds dear. He abandons the path of justice, and takes up the mantle that he's been trained for, and has been eternally struggling with until this moment.
I will concede your toughness is truly remarkable, Trooper. But it's sad to see you like this. How well can you symbolize justice now that your nifty uniform's all torn?
That's irrelevant.
Huh?
I won't be fighting for justice any longer. That side of me is through.
Oh my.
His power. It's starting to feel like divine energy.
We have now witnessed the birth of Top the Destroyer!
Justice and evil. I have moved beyond that binary now. There is only being and the absence of being.
I'll blow you away! Die!
ordain what will and will not exist. That's my cause. And to serve it, I forsake all else.
I fight for Bulma, for Trunks and Bulla. I fight for the oath I made to a fellow warrior, for my Saiyan pride. I fight for all I've built and all I am. Unlike you, I won't abandon all that to play God!
Okay! What?
I'll hit you with an attack you won't be able to destroy! His principles and pride! Do you actually think I'd let you stop me?
Somehow, thanks to how much more powerful he has become, and plot armor, he was able to withstand the explosion this time, but it left him with nothing else to give. This event gave us another first in all of Dragon Ball, one that I have been waiting for a long time. Vegeta fights without a shirt. We've seen Goku do it 100 times. That's one of the keys to him winning his battles. Name a fight where his shirt was off but he lost. Exactly. And now, finally, after so many years, Vegeta has lost his shirt as well. So now we have a 4-on-1 assault on Jiren, but all that does is make Jiren hold back just a little bit less. Frieza is done away with like nothing. And Android 17 has to self-detonate just to give Goku and Vegeta a little bit more time to recover. Vegeta is so wasted and drained of energy that he cannot even transform. Yet despite that, he still gives every last ounce that he has.
There's no real power behind Vegeta's punches anymore.
Vegeta, no!
As your foe, I must acknowledge the power of your pride. But it's over.
And in the end, with desperate tears in his eyes, he gives his final bit of energy, entrusting all he has to Goku. A little bit before this, Android 17 managed to get Jiren's God of Destruction monologuing, and we got Jiren's backstory. It's nothing new, nothing groundbreaking, but it sets him up as being something like an antithesis to Goku. Much like our protagonist, he seeks strength above all, power beyond power, but he doesn't do it out of joy. He does it out of pain. Not for the love of being stronger, but for the fear of not being strong enough. Goku is being pushed forward by his friends and family. Jiren turns his back on his. It's not even a question. Goku by himself cannot do a thing. Jiren is just toying with him.
It's over.
Kakarot!
Trust provides nothing but a path to the grave.
Sacrificing myself to help other people. Look at me, being all human.
Goku! You've got this!
Fight.
Win! Dance for us, monkey.
Go, Dad! Come on, buddy.
It's up to you, Kakarot. Don't you fail to... What the...
For the third time in this battle royale, it awakens. Ultra Instinct Omen. Time is running out. We know that he can only sustain it for a little while. Goku decides to use his Kamehameha to try and knock him out of the ravaged arena. But Jiren, the demon that he is, counters it with his own blast, sending Goku flying. Again, Ultra Instinct has failed against this monstrosity. After Vegeta verbally bitch slaps some gods and gives Goku some words of encouragement.
Come on, Kakarot! Find a way! I entrusted everything to you! My pride, my promise, everything! I won't tolerate failure! Trespass into the domain of the gods and use that might to conquer Jiren! Do it, Kakarot!
He gains his second wind and starts to improve at this godly technique. Whis put it best. He's moving all thoughts, focusing only on the fight with Jiren. Nothing exists but them.
I can feel it. Not the chaos of consciousness, but the elegant purity of energy operating on impulse alone. Goku is focused only on Jiren now, or rather on the battle itself. He is throwing his whole body and soul into the fleeting moment of each strike, allowing the flames of his power to rage freely, unrestrained by the walls of thought. Concerns for his universe, or the gap in their powers, his hesitation, his impatience, his fear. He has given them all to the fire and let them burn. So that now there is only himself, his opponent, and the fight. Soon he will reach a realm still faster, keener, and deeper than instinct, where even that awareness will blur and fade. And beyond that...
The amount of visual delight in this fight is off the scale. As if Goku's constant limit breaking was not epic enough, he is held down by a flurry of Jiren's punches, only held up by some flimsy rubble.
He falls, he's done. Even with that shield he's created, there's no telling when that rock will crumble.
He gives us some of the biggest big dick energy that we have ever seen, essentially creating a galaxy of pure energy around him.
Well done, Goku. I'll have to respond in kind.
I don't care what happens as long as we win! Just finish him, Jiren! Use your unstoppable, inescapable, absolute power! Do it, Jiren! Stop Goku once and for all!
Farewell, warrior.
He breathes and slowly absorbs this power. Whoever your favorite character is, Regardless of how prevalent you think the supporting cast should be, the epic saga of Dragon Ball is about the life and adventures of Goku. From the very opening scenes, we are given the imagery of the birth of something new, with the narrator letting us know that the age in which this tale is spun is irrelevant. Goku, the adopted grandson of martial arts master Gohan, and the child of an as of yet unintroduced warrior race. This simple-minded kid only wishes for one thing: to become stronger, to become the greatest martial artist around. He doesn't care what lengths he has to go to, nor does he care about the level of threat his opponent might present. He will train until exhaustion with a turtle helmet. He will drink the sacred water that may very well kill him. He will take on the most vicious of foes, and spare their lives just for the chance of being able to fight them again. He will let anyone teach him so long as they can make him more powerful. And he wishes to do all of this in peace. He doesn't want to prove anything to anyone. He doesn't want to flaunt his power. He doesn't want to use it as leverage over someone else. Goku is, in essence, the ideal warrior, the paragon of a martial artist, the very archetype that those seeking the path of the fist should take. He does not rest when he has conquered some external foe or challenge. He is always pushed by his desire to become stronger than the person he is at that very moment. A never-ending struggle that brings him never-ending joy. The reason why Dragon Ball is able to get away with so many mistakes and retcons is that in this show, they truly don't matter. The fact that animal people all vanished means nothing. The specifics of baby Goku can be retconned as many times as they want. Power levels can be given any number by any person, and it will not change a thing. Because none of those things change who Goku is as a person and what he strives for.
Tell me, Goku, what drives your endless quest for strength?
Honestly, I can't explain it. I just want to get stronger. Always have.
As I thought, you don't even know.
What about you? Don't you want to get stronger?
I seek to achieve something beyond strength, simpleton.
Well, duh, that's what I've been saying. I want to get stronger than strong and then stronger than that!
His seeking of stronger opponents have led him to fighting fish, miscellaneous talking dinosaurs, bandits, machines, monsters, bitches, fighting masters, ninjas, mercenaries, entire armies, ghosts, demon kings, family, princes of his entire race, of which he's supposed to be some low-class commoner, mutants, the emperor of the entire universe itself, androids that defy the limits of what is possible, and bionic androids that have been brought back from the future itself, the incarnation of primordial evil, the very gods themselves, time and space, immortality. Goku has challenged all of that and more. All of these challenges have given him power. Goku's journey, his experiences, his entire life has accumulated to this moment. A lifetime of striving and achievement has led him to the point where even the gods of the multiverses stand before him as a show of respect.
He has arrived at something truly superb.
Goku's done it, hasn't he?
Yes.
Look at that brilliant form. There can be no doubt. This is the true power, complete in all its majesty. This is autonomous Ultra Instinct!
he has done it. He has attained, mastered Ultra Instinct. The ultimate power, not granted to him because he's a Saiyan. It is granted to him because of his skill and his relentless pursuit in the martial arts. No genetics, no power-increasing transformation could have given him this. This was foreshadowed when he first trained with Whis, before even Frieza came back, when him and Vegeta realized they cannot just keep relying on transformations to get them ahead, which is why they never went Super Saiyan during their trials.
Every time that it's really mattered, no matter how impossible it seemed, you've always found a way to bounce back! And it's never mattered more than this, Goku! I believe in you! You can stop Jiren, I know it! Just dig deep and get up!
This is the result, the culmination of Goku's entire life as a warrior. Jiren starts to lose it with his helplessness, even going as far as to attack the stands to show Goku how fleeting his bonds are. He made Goku mad, and one thing we have all learned is, you don't make Goku mad.
When anyone tries to hurt my friends, it's gonna pay!
This looks like the end for Jiren. When that sequence first began, many wondered if it was Frieza who attacked him from behind, showing his true colors. Instead, it was just his own body finally giving out in the end. Even a body as mighty as Goku's could not withstand the technique of the gods for long. Jiren is set to give the final blow. After Kaioken times 20, Ultra Instinct Omen, and Massive Ultra Instinct, they all failed, and Jiren stood victorious. But wait! Frieza appears from the sidelines, and 17 pops up, throwing all the emotions and meaning of his self-sacrifice away. It is somehow not over, but Goku's body is wrecked. Jiren is not in much better shape neither. He's so out of it that even Frieza and 17 seem to be enough for him.
You no longer have the nerve to look at me, do you? What a shame. I would have enjoyed watching the expression on your face as I delivered this final blow.
That is, until Toppo introduces Jiren to the two most powerful techniques in all of anime, the Talk no Jutsu and Friendship.
That's enough!
Keep pushing!
Don't tell me what to do!
Raise your energy higher!
Don't tell me what to do!
Hold on! You can't lose! Away with you, petulant vermin! Away!
Sorry about that, you guys.
Yeah.
Goku uses every last bit of strength he has just to help them all not die. and the final 3-on-1 showdown begins. The man who believes in only himself's power, taking on the power of trust, with the two people least likely to have any semblance of trust, Goku and Frieza, fighting side by side with 17 as backup. The climax is upon us, as everyone throws everything they have to stop the unstoppable. Jiren can still take shots to the neck and kick your ass with his thoughts.
I need you to throw me, Saiyan!
Huh? Oh, yeah!
Frieza whips out an old school technique not seen since Nano. Goku, battered, beaten, nearly broken, struggles to even go Super Saiyan in his mad dash. They cannot stop Jiren's might, but in the tournament of power, it is not just the power of your muscles that count. Goku and Frieza sacrifice themselves to finally push Jiren out of the ring. For the first time in Dragon Ball's history, it was the power of trust between the ultimate good and the ultimate evil, working side by side. Out of all the contestants, who would have guessed that Android 17 would have been the last one standing? And who would have guessed Goku and Frieza would have worked together to sacrifice themselves to give him the win? As he stands there, ready to make his wish, we all knew it was coming. 17 wishes back all the universes that were erased, an act that, funnily enough, also saved the rest of remaining creation. The sun rises on a new day. A ragtag team that you would have never expected to see in Dragon Ball Z have managed to save the entire multiverse from deletion. The anime of Dragon Ball Super has come to a close, but the saga that is Dragon Ball continues. We have the introduction to Broly, who is now officially canon in the Dragon Ball universe, and the manga is still going on, which I will not spoil for the should-be inevitable return of the anime. After dealing with a multiverse-level extinction threat, what other challenges could there possibly be for Goku? Here's the wonderful, wonderful thing. There's never been more challenges to Goku's power. We have introduced Broly, whose power caused Goku and Vegeta to resort to fusion to defeat. Frieza is resurrected with his army, and no one knows how far he can take his power now that he has opened himself up to the world of going to the gym for once. Beyond that, his schemes alone are deadly. We of course still have Jiren, who could easily become stronger himself and poses a threat to everyone. We also have Hit. Think he's obsolete at this point? Keep in mind, he's an assassin. His techniques primarily revolve around him killing people. In the tournaments he's been in, his greatest strength has been denied from him. How powerful would he be if allowed to kill and use all his moves at his disposal? Goku and Vegeta are knocking on the door of the 13 Gods of Destruction, all of which may become foes for them. Them and the previous ones mentioned is up to 17 potential foes. There's also the 4 universes that were not part of the tournament. We don't know what kind of fighters they hold, and what's currently only a fan theory, when 17 wished back the universes that were destroyed, he did not specify only the ones that were destroyed in the tournament. So it's possible his wish brought back the 5 other universes that were destroyed prior to all the events of Dragon Ball. That's 5 universes with a potential grudge. When Super comes back, which will totally be in July of 2019 guys, I'm super serious, I have so many sources. There's more possibility now of what can be done than ever before. There is no greater influence in anime than Dragon Ball. Its popularity is so high that during his fights with Jiren, some entire towns broadcast the fight on the town square. Even when there was no Super, and Dragon Ball as a franchise has been quote-unquote dead for around 15 years, it was still bringing in hundreds of millions of dollars. It doesn't even matter if you don't care for the show. Respect must be given where it is due. This saga that has spanned many decades helped shape a lot of who I am today, and I am eternally grateful for its existence. I can only hope that I have been able to capture some of this magic in these videos. With that, the Epic of Dragon Ball series reaches its conclusion.
Bashi de ki te dai job kana